So next, moving on to the access specifiers. Same like your Java, you have mainly three types here. So whatever the default type that I'm not going to talk, that is present in Java here, Raj. So whatever that we have here, only these three: private, protected, and public. So we'll talk about that. So
okay.
Private, yep. So private is something which is, by keyword itself you'll understand, anything that you declared as a private that is just available or accessible within that scope. Okay. So if you declare any method as a private or any field as a private inside a class, and that field and that method will be available only inside that class. Outside of that class, it will not be available. Just for as an example, if you see class outer, and I have inside that class outer, I have another class called inner, and inside this inner class, I have a method f, a function defined f, but that is a private. So if I try to access that inside inner class anywhere, that will be accessible. So this closing curly brace is the opening for inner. So anywhere till here is possible. So after inner class and before your outer class, this is not accessible. Up to here, this is accessible. And fortunately, so if you have any innermost classes also, even from inside them, you can access your private stuff. Okay. And next, if you declare anything as a protected, only they will be available in the subclasses of that class. Let's say I have a class super. Inside that I have a function f with a protected, and this f I can only access inside my subclass which extends super. But if I have any class, other class which is not extending super, then that will not be able to access. You will get an error message. But in Java, if this other and sub also part of the same package, then you can access them. But here, if protected means only the subclasses of that class can access that functions. Okay, I hope it is clear for you guys. Otherwise, I can run this.
No, can you just go to the protected again? 1 second, protected.
Yep. I'll run this in the Scala. So it defined this superclass. Okay, package. This is not taking packages inside your shell. Playing with packages is difficult. Okay, that doesn't take the packages. Okay, so here, so if you want to try within the same class, so if you try this Scala class, so what is that? Other, okay. And whatever you have here, I'll paste it for you. Yeah. Okay. I don't want this. I already declared that package there. Okay. So this F is now accessible from your subclass, because this is extending this class. But other, since this is not extending any class, so it is not able to access your.
Okay, so basically because super has it inside it defined, so only super can access it, nothing else can access.
Protected means anyway this is inside your super. Let's say I have this class A, okay, and this class A, this class B. I used the same super and sub keywords. That's why you guys might be confusing. Now, so F is defined inside A, and accessing that inside A is nothing surprising, right? You declared that inside A. Accessing this method inside A is nothing surprising, but accessing that inside class B, so that is something that you can do with if it is a protected. But
okay,
even
so
though this,
so basically B is extending A, so because of that B got the access to the function F, which is
correct,
inside A.
exactly.
Okay.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to say. Yep.
Okay.
If it is having a private method, private def function 2, just println. So will I be able to access that function too?
A private? Yes, you can.
Why?
Because it's extending.
So if it is a private, you can't. That's what we discussed in the last slide, right? If it is private, you can't access. You can't access it outside of your A class.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's private. Sorry, I didn't watch that.
Yep. So if it is a public, just see this example. You'll get to know all the 3 scenarios. Just.
Okay.
Okay. If it is not declared as a private or this thing, just declare a function 3. Println of function 3. Now, will you be able to access that function 3 here? Yes, it didn't throw that error message, right? Otherwise, it would have shown that underlined red line. Now, if you want to access that, so new A, because I need to, I can call that method on an object, new A of function 3. See, that's it. So if it is private, you can't even access in your subclass. If it is protected, at least you can access that in your subclass. If it is public, you can access anywhere, both in subclass and as well as in other class. That's it. Simple difference only. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Farmesh. So next. Yeah. So anything that you don't declare either private or protected, then that is by default, obviously that's a public. You don't need to specify the public keyword, unlike your Java. So a public member can be accessed from anywhere. Every member not labeled private or protected is public by default. There is no explicit modifier for public members. And okay, so that's the part of public. And again, private itself. So just one more point on the private. So unlike Java, private to a class we have in Java. So here we have a concept of called a variable that is private, but that is not private to a class. That is private to a package. Meaning, so I have a field, but that is not a private at class level. That is private at a package level. Okay? Meaning, private where brand which is int, okay, equal to 10. So I can specify this is private to this package. So now if that field is private to the package, so let's see if I can access that. So here, anyway, I'm extending that brand semicolon of brand. Okay, I'm able to see that. Now let's see here semicolon of brand. Here I don't know or in which class that is present. So that's the reason let me create an object instead of this many. Okay, val obj equal to new AK. Okay, now I'll call that obj dot brand. Okay, and this all these things I will change it to obj. That was already existing error. Now here, so this is behaving differently, correct? So you have a private with var model some Swift. Okay, just I'm declaring. If I try to access the same, see the differences. Okay, so this model is a private variable. If you don't specify, this is by default private to the class, but you can define a variable which is a private to a package. This is a private variable, brand is a private variable, but not private to this class. This is private to this package. So any class that is
private to package is defined as like public in class, right?
No. So public in class, that is equivalent that other than this package also can access your methods.
Okay.
Let's say if there is any class that is present inside your com.test, or you create another package, even from another package you can access your public stuff. Okay. So if I have to create, so arg dot test dot package. Okay, package is a keyword that it's not accepting because arg dot test dot project. Inside that, even I can create a class, Scala class, class C. Just I'll create a class C. Now, here I can import, or here wherever I want, I'll just import com dot test dot project. Okay. Now, com dot test dot project dot underscore in our Scala syntaxes. Now, I can even very well create the object of that, like a val obj equal to new a, and println of obj dot your brand. It's an error message. Variable brand in class A cannot be accessed in this package because this is a private to this package only.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Whereas function 3, this is a public. You can try accessing that function 3. Obj dot func3. See, there is no error message. So private to package is not equal to public. You got that difference, right?
No, my question is, if I'm defining some variable, like here you defined a brand, right? Brand equal to text is private to that package. If I create some another variable called color inside the class,
yep,
that will consider like a public, right? Public variable.
So without the scope, how do you want like this?
Yeah,
this?
like that.
Okay. So if you don't specify, that's a public.
Yep.
Okay. So this color code, treat this as color code and try to access. See?
Yep.
You got it, right?
Yeah. So in this case, coming back to my same question, can you? Yeah. So the brand can be accessible in any of the classes defined below, right?
Correct. Yep.
And similarly, can you go up? The color also can be accessed by any of the classes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
When you can access even outside of this package, that means obviously any class inside this package can access that.
Yeah. So inside this particular program, color, brand and color accessing is no difference.
Accessing brand and color inside this package, no difference.
But if you
when you go outside of the package, so brand is not accessible, color is.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. That's the difference between private to package.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it on that. Extending a class inheritance, which we talked about. So this is sometimes maybe if you
so
need.
1 second, Shiva.
Yes, Nayali.
Public, is there a time when public class can get like expired, like it because like private is only for that class, protected is only protected. Like public, is there a time when public is not accessible, or it is all the time accessible?
All the time accessible.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah. Any other questions, Nayali?
No. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. So next, so that's it all on the access specifiers.
Okay.
Private, protected, public. I hope you guys are clear with both the fields and methods.
Yeah.
Okay. And within the package, with subclasses and or outside of the package, all the use cases.